Hello, this is Anna Imagination with a Healing Garden. And on this video, I'm going to be talking to you about part 2 of Triadic Healing. This is for people who identify with being a teacher, a parent, or a healer, or a business owner. These are our 4 categories for part 2. These are also people who identify with perspectives 4, 5, and 6. These are people who seek to help nourish and nurture our future by helping them heal, helping them learn, helping them grow, and guiding them. This is absolutely an integral part to cultivating our future. They are the mediators, the go-betweens, where they take the information from part 3, from light workers and visionaries, and they are given the plan from the visionaries, and the part 2s, the cultivators, are the ones who put it into action. They basically are handed the blueprints and say, this is what we're trying to accomplish. This is how we're going to accomplish. This is the execution. The first order that I'm going to be putting in place is actually providing triadic healing to teachers and schools across the United States for free. I am in the process of putting together, this is a long-term 1-year goal that I have, so that by next year, I want to get this into schools. I have to put it together. And it will basically be teaching the adults and the teachers in a school about triadic healing, and then providing them with the information on how to teach triadic healing to each age group, from 5-year-old, kindergarten, even preschoolers and the toddler years all the way up, what to look for and how to articulate and communicate with perspective thinking between all the different age groups. Excuse me. So that's going to be the first goal with Triadic Healing Part 2, is getting this associated into schools or integrated into schools so that it can start cultivating the future. And it's going to be age appropriate. I'm going to be doing it from from birth all the way up to 18 years of age. But honestly, once you start to get it going and you start to see 12 years old, by 12 and 15, it's pretty set. And triadic healing also, there's perspective thinking and combination theory, and then there's also the shadow work and the trauma abuse and the healing with that perspective. Once they come together, then you're going to see a massive adjustment with adults, especially with teenagers. Once they realize, I love teenagers to pieces. Once the teenager realizes that, oh, there's my ethical identity, that's my ethical perspective, this is what I'm dealing with at home, and this is where my school is, and this is how I need to go from A to B. So you're going to see the teenager really gain a lot of control, comprehension, and their anger is just going to drop considerably because they're able to gain this massive perspective. This perspective goes a long way with calming. Literally, it's just the knowledge itself is validating and calming. And as a result, when you gain the knowledge information from Triadic Healing, it's immediately going to put this massive, oh, I have the words, I have validated, I have understood, I'm calm now, I comprehend, I'm not crazy, my environment is crazy. And it's such a warm, comforting experience. When that happens, you see the anger, the rage calm down because they're understood, because they're being seen, because they're being heard. So that violence and rage literally vanishes almost overnight because they've been validated, seen, heard, and there's comprehension. So I also have a whole section where I explain the evolution of misunderstanding and how it leads to violence, anger, and rage. Literally the psychology and the evolution of misunderstanding, which is all addressed again in Triadic Healing. So that's the first one with part 2. I am putting together a program for parents in December of this year. I will be doing a parenting class with Triadic Healing where I teach Triadic Healing and how to take your own combination and utilize it in how to align it with your child's behavior, your child's stage of perspective, and how to allow for the difference of perspective, how to communicate with that perspective. So you're going to see a lot with parenting in this stage, and you're going to see a lot with teachers. I currently offer certification for healers who want to become a healer and certified in Triadic Healing, and they want to go on and teach their own people or their own groups Triadic Healing. So that is something else I am putting together for this group, is part 2. The fourth one is for business owners. These are for 2 types. There's a small business owner and large corporation business owner. For large corporation business owner, I provide Triadic Healing for basically the business owners, the execs, and then underneath that, I provide Triadic Healing for their staff. And again, I believe it's 90% of losses that occur in a business is due to mental health. So that's one of the statistics I go over with any kind of a corporation or business, is showing you how much money you're losing due to unresolved mental health issues, and triadic healing, once it steps in, how that's going to resolve with the communication problems, with the perspective gaps in between all of the misunderstandings happening with mental health. And you're going to see that skyrocket. So your 90% loss will significantly decrease once you have triadic healing in. So that's going to be made available to both small business owner and large business owner corporations. And also for the small business owner, we have available, if you are launching your small business and you are trying to get it off the ground, but your mental illness keeps getting in the way, we cover that too. So there's also going to be triadic healing for the small business owner. So we do a lot with basically cultivating this new perspective thinking, perspective psychology, and cultivating it for business owners, parents, healers, teachers, and corporations with staff, with employers. That way we can, or I'm sorry, with employees. That way we can start getting everybody into perspective thinking and reduce the amount of rage, reduce the amount of anger and frustration that you see with misunderstanding, with miscommunication, which is really all it is we're dealing with. A person is either dealing with perspective abuse or a perspective gap with communication. And those are the two sources of all rage, anger, and conflict in the world. You're either subjected to past perspective abuse, or you are currently dealing with a misunderstanding or miscommunication due to a perspective gap. So triadic healing literally tackles both of these: perspective abuse and ongoing perspective miscommunication, perspective gap. And it ends both of these. It resolves them both. And as a result, mental illness is cured, conflict, rage, violence dissipate. It's extraordinary to watch once you put it into place. So part 2 is focused again on parents, teachers, healers, and business owners, whether you're a small business owner or a large corporation. So if that is something that interests you, take a look over at my Healing Garden, AnnasHealingGarden.org. You're going to go to the map. This information is all located below, and you're going to see all the resources. Now, if you are here presently, and again, this is going to be very common at first, is people coming into the Healing Garden, and everyone is going to need to basically work on themselves and figure out perspective thinking. So everyone who comes in at this stage, at the very early stage for the first few years, is going to fall into at least 2 of these categories. You either need triadic healing for yourself, and you're going to need triadic healing for other people. People who are in part 3 are going to need triadic healing for themselves, triadic healing for the parent, teacher, healer inside of them, and triadic healing for the light work and the world peace manifestation that they want to go on to do. People who are in this category, part 2, teachers, parents, corporations, business owners, and healers, are going to want 2 aspects. They're going to need triadic healing for themselves to get them on the same page, and then they're going to be able to go on and use triadic healing for other people. So because you cannot teach triadic healing to other people until you master it yourself. So we have courses for both of you. So if this is your category, start looking into part 1, and let's start getting you on board and getting you cultivated. That way you start having the mindset of perspective thinking, how to handle perspective abuse, and how to handle and integrate perspective thinking to reduce the perspective gap with communication that's happening. That will reduce your misunderstanding. So again, you're going to want to go over to Design Your Journey. I have masterclasses available. This is for people who want to jump right in, accumulate it all. I have classes launching in August where we jump right in. It's August 14th is when I start the first round of classes. And we're going to be jumping in and getting us all started with getting everybody on the same page with perspective thinking, showing you what needs to change and how to integrate it and get yourself set and resolve your perspective abuse from your past, and then integrate it with your communication. The other option I have available is for members. It's more budget friendly, and that is $120 a month. That gets you access to Journey into the Self and also opens up the Power of Self to partner up together. You can also just purchase the Power of Self, which is a monthly masterclass that focuses on a highlighted topic if that's something that interests you. On the flip side of all this, for business owners only, I have an extension on my on my masterclass, where it's for corporate. It's corporate priced for, basically it's going to be included Triadic Healing for you, the CEO or the executive, and then it's going to be how to integrate it with your staff, and I take care of the teaching and the instructions for you and your staff. So if you want to hire the Healing Garden to see that 90% losses diminish due to Triadic Healing, correcting perspective abuse, that's where the best thing to do is email me and I'll get you the corporate prices. If you are a small business owner, let's start you off with just basic Triadic Healing and get you started, and that should clear it up. So corporate execs, email me. Small business owners, go over to Masterclasses. Consider it an investment that's going to clear up your mental illness, your mental obstacles. That way you can get your company off the ground. And then I'm going to refer you over to my friend Amanda Rose, who teaches you how to become a self-taught millionaire. The woman is a genius. She's amazing. That being said, I also have available part 1 to get everyone started. If you are a teacher, message me about the upcoming program for getting this into your schools, getting teachers. For teachers, it's 100% free. 100% free if you are a teacher. So I'm going to get you enrolled. We're going to get you started. Again, class starts in probably around August 14th. That class will begin. And then I think that wraps up everything for part 2. Any questions at all, I am available via DM or email. Thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.